We're live.
We're
Hi
back.
everyone. Oh my gosh. We have not been live since Ngozi the last day of September.
Yes, September 30th. It's been 2 months. Literally like 2 months exactly. Maybe even
That
9 weeks.
I
Because
don't think we've ever gone that long without going live.
have
Like
y'all
this is the
missed
first time.
us? Life has been lifing, y'all. But please like this video as you come in.
Let us know in the
Hmm.
chat where you're joining from. I'm gonna focus on y'all, so I'm gonna put my phone down. But yeah, it feels so good to be back. And I think sometimes this is really needed. I think sometimes people don't realize that it's better to like kind of take a break than to do stuff and be doing it like half-ass, quote unquote. Like I feel like sometimes you definitely need to recharge, you need to re-strategize, you need to work on certain things, you need to just I don't know. And I feel like that's what me and Guzzy have been doing this last couple of months. You know, you guys will understand really, 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 really soon why, we both kind of disappeared. It's such some exciting, exciting things coming up on the channel. I just can't wait. But yeah, last Tuesday we were going to come on live on our birthday, November 25th. So this is our birthday live. Feel free to, put in that super chat to celebrate us. But we
Yes, yes,
turned
yes.
last Tuesday, and we're just grateful to God that we saw another year. Our third birthday we spent apart. Another reason why, I am considering moving to Houston to be close to it in Guzzy. I know I mentioned that earlier in the year, or was it last year, one of the lives? I just think it's time, and it's kind of I think that there's a little like pride and ego. I'm not gonna lie, a part of the reason why I've been in Charlotte so long, because I'm not gonna lie, I feel a type of way that I moved to Charlotte in 2020 and Ngozi was in Jersey. And instead of moving to Charlotte, she goes and moves randomly to Houston. So now I
Yeah,
kind of
because I know I'm not gonna stay in. I'm not trying to be moving around. You moved earlier, which is even better. So at least you could say you lived somewhere for 5 years. You're not moving a year, 2 years, jumping around. You've been there. You never even moved apartments. Come on now. If you talking about not moving, is because you just very content, or you just don't want to. You're not used to the moving thing. But I know
right.
people literally been through. They already moved 3 times, 3 apartments in 3 years. Like people even
That's
within
I
a
feel like
city,
I have the
they're
energy.
moving every year. You
I
have
have the
more than
energy.
enough of the energy. If you're not moving, just say because you don't want to move, period. But you haven't even left. You know what it means to live one place for 5 years at
It's
this age?
beautiful. No complaints. Only one is situation that happened, but that's like 3 years ago. But I'm telling you, I could say that's the one thing that I have really liked about Charlotte is just to live it where I live. I mean, it's been hard with other things like jobs, um, finding a church. Other things I've been kind of like, but the two main things I could say I really, really been consistent with, or three, have been my apartment. I found a hair person. I have not gone to anyone else except for one since 2022 when she went because she had a baby. So I tried like two other people. I've been at the same girl's been doing my hair since 2022, same apartment since I moved in 2020, and I could say I've been in my book club, I believe, since I moved here.
You got commitment issues. But this I got them too. I'm not. I think it's a Sagittarius thing. I was talking to some girl. Her birthday was Monday this weekend.
We don't do that over here. We
I
don't
know
do
they
those.
say we don't go deep horoscope. We don't go deep horoscope. I know they say it's not Christian, quote unquote, but Sagittarius like their freedom. They don't
Really?
like tied down. Like they don't like they're adventurous. They're very yeah. So I think that ties into the commitment issue. But yeah, the only thing I can say I feel like I've been living in my apartment forever, and it's only like 2.5 years, and I feel like oh my gosh, like I've been here so long, so I can't imagine living somewhere for 5 years. That's very long.
Right. So I'm ready for a change. I'm ready for a change. The car tax is due like ending of January. So if I move, I don't have to worry about that crazy car tax. I'm not paying that. Um, my lease.
Gina, Zodiac the devil. I thought you weren't a Christian, Gina.
You know, happy to see you here. We've missed you. We've missed you.
I
We've
know I
missed
saw some of the comments yesterday, like a year or so. I was trying to respond. I'm like, how do we miss these comments? Yes, St. Louis, STL, where Sexy Red is from. Is she from St. Louis, Missouri? Yeah. I haven't listened to it in a minute, I haven't listened to albums in years. Naima. Hey twins, and I've been waiting to hear you say you're moving to Texas to be near your sister. I'm saying the God, you just be let me tell you, Naima. I think I've seen you before.
you know, now because you stop this.
Let me say, yeah, I know. I've said DP looks very familiar. I don't know if you changed your name, but what I can say is how I am is that I don't like I would never want anyone to do something feeling forced. Even if I'm in a relationship, I'm dating. I'm not the type of person that would like force someone or make them feel uncomfortable and like kind of coerce them out of guilt to do something. Because if things don't work out, I don't want that person coming to me complaining, yapping. That's why I just let Nana stay and enjoy her beautiful, wonderful Charlotte. I don't want someone coming. I'm saying move, move, move. Then it's like pressure on me. Like I made it seem like this place is so perfect. And like we always say, nowhere is perfect. Everywhere has its issues. You have to be real about what you're moving for. I don't know if y'all heard about if any of you all follow what's his name on Instagram. He's based in Houston, but he's not originally from Houston. He makes a lot of Houston content. The something brand. I'm trying. Let me go on Instagram and see. And like he made this comment about like why did you put like why did you decide to move to Houston? Like put the reasons. Don't be negative. And people are like, oh, you gave the reason. I put like the weather, cost of living. So we always talk about on this channel like you just got to make sure you do things for the right reasons and you have realistic expectations because if you it's a southern brand because if you don't I feel like that's what sometimes can make you feel a little like because you did things with this like nowhere is perfect, right? Like you said, I sit there and list many things about Houston I'm not crazy about. Nowhere is perfect, but you have to know your why, right? And when you know your why and you're real about what you're looking for, I think you can mitigate that disappointment to an extent, right? So, yeah, but how have you all been doing? I can't believe it's December. It's December 2nd. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yes, our birthday was a week ago. Sag season. We're gonna go live and it ended up happening, but we still accepting super chats, super gifts, whatever. Y'all know.
Well, my cash app in here.
Y'all haven't seen us, and we really, y'all know we've been consistent years ago. But like we say, YouTube is changing so much. I put in the title "Quitting YouTube." YouTube is changing so much. You guys probably have noticed some of your favorite creators are not as consistent anymore. A lot of people have left the app, gone more towards short form. The TikTok, the Instagrams. We're just trying to this algorithm. Everyone's trying to break it, but it helps and it's encouraging. When number one, before anything, you guys just show up. You like, you engage. That's number one priority. Then, of course, number two, if you bless us, that motivates us to keep coming back and keep pushing out this content because it's not easy. We have full-time jobs, doing other stuff. We're not full-time on this, so it takes a lot out of us to try and really be consistent on YouTube. But we appreciate y'all.
When I text you, I'm getting ready. I just woke up from a nap like at 7:35.
I was trying to fake nap, but I couldn't fall asleep. So I was like, let me just.
Your girl was napping. I was napping. Hey.
Hey. Okay, it's about to be lit. Evie. All we need is Mia to join. I don't know where Mia is. It's been a while, so that's why I tell y'all I'll put your notifications on because that's me. The people that I watch that go live, I have to have I have my notification on for all. Because that's the only way I know they go live. How am I gonna know? I can't be checking my YouTube app. They're the only way I know they go live is my phone waking up. I'm like, oh my god, and then I'll join. So make sure y'all are subscribed and your notification bell is on. Mia, I just mentioned you. Hey, Mia was in Houston a couple months ago, and I got to see her. It's so nice seeing you all in person. Putting faces to the names that we see on these videos. So, Mia, how was your experience? I don't think we ever got to follow up. I ended up traveling, I think, that weekend. I got so busy. But how was your experience in Houston? I know this was your first time, so let us know. You're retiring from YouTube. We'll talk about that.
Okay, let's start with that. Okay, so even I wouldn't say retiring, but I feel like me and Guzzy definitely need to rebrand. And we've been talking about this for a while. And we're both hard-headed in our own little ways. I'm hard-headed as far as wanting to pivot towards like short form and like, other stuff because I'm just very like, I'm gonna be real. And I was talking to like a church group, like a creator group I joined at church. I don't like social media. I'm gonna be completely honest. And a lot of y'all that follow my Instagram,
you want it more than me.
Listen, hold on. Let's finish. Let's wait. Hold on. I don't really like social media. To be honest, I always say I think that if I wasn't on YouTube and I wasn't like, I guess an influencer, I don't think I would have like only social media I use is Instagram, and I'm not even on Instagram every day. And I go times I don't even post. And Guzzy is more like, oh, she don't watch stories, but Nguzzy's more active as far as putting herself out
I'm
there.
more active, but I wouldn't say I'm on it more than
and
you.
making
I
so
would.
and like, like putting herself out there. Like for me personally, I
Yeah,
can
but
just
I'm
in my last post, everyone go to my Instagram right now. Look at my last post. I was really vulnerable. Um, that's my Instagram. But I said that there's a reason why I sort of don't like Instagram is because I just feel like sometimes it's so fake, it's so fabricated. I think that naturally, if you spend so much time on social media, no matter how strong you think you are, you're going to get into the comparison trap. You're going to become delusional. You could become sad. Like, I just feel like, but I have this love and hate because I love how I can learn things. I love how I can express myself. I love how people can see a different side of me that they would never know exists just from seeing me maybe at the mall or seeing me at church on Sundays. I like, I'm a creative, right? And I used to think that I wasn't a creative because I don't draw. I don't do hair. I don't do nails. I thought creative had to be like artistic. I'm not artistic, but I'm creative as far as like my mind, I guess, or the way I think, or expressing myself. So I like social media for that, but I just feel like nowadays I feel like there's too many apps that are all trying to do the same thing. It's Facebook, people are still on Twitter, people on Snapchat, it's on TikTok, then you have YouTube, then you have WhatsApp. I'm just like, how do you keep people's attention? That's the struggle nowadays because I can't be in all those places at once. There's just no way. Like I have to eat, I have to sleep, I have to work out, I have to go to church, I can't
read the
sit around.
Bible,
Yeah, I can't sit around on social
read
media all
my
day.
regular book, read
Yeah,
my
I have my
book.
book club book that literally I was waiting for the library. It's called Has anyone read The Scammer? It's a new book by Tiffany Jackson, I believe her name is. I literally just bought it yesterday because I'm like, I want to hurry up and finish this book. I have things to do. Yeah, Tiffany D. Jackson.
You're
I
breaking up. You're breaking. You're going out. Okay.
Why am I breaking? Why am I breaking? Let me put my light up too. So yeah. Um, yeah, follow me on Instagram, y'all. None of that for. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Mia. It was good. It's too hot there for me to live though, but I love Joel Osteen Church. Y'all apartments are very affordable and nice, and y'all have some fun bars to go to.
Girl, right now I had to put on my heat on yesterday. I was trying to hold off till January. Right now it's cold. Like it is cold. Like 30, 40-degree cold. I'm like, yeah, I need my little vacation. I haven't left the country this year. Like I'm not used to that. So, I'm like I need a beach because the way this weather is going, I need to be, even if it's for 2 days, I just need to be on the beach and come back. So that's the thing. Houston gets cold. It's just not for a long period of time, maybe 2 months, 3 months max. And it doesn't get like, of course, cold, cold, cold. Like it gets a little cold, but not, it's been getting colder these last few years that I've been here than usual. But it does get cold. You came in October. It wasn't even hot like that. But yeah, I know it's more so that it gets humid because if you like, what was a Saturday was out, it was like 70 degrees. It wasn't even hot, and it was still very warm. I think it's really the humidity that makes the weather can be a bit unbearable versus the actual heat. Is the humid is how humid it gets.
I don't mind the heat. That's one of the reasons why I would move there. So like the heat is not an issue for me. I don't mind it being hot. Mhm. I don't mind it. Where did you go? What are the bars you went to?
You talk about social media, and I think that's the thing. I think the issue is that you just have to kind of pick one, two things and just be active there. Excuse me. I know a lot of people are on TikTok, and that's why I struggle with getting into TikTok since the pandemic. I will go on for a week, not go on for a month. It's just too much to keep up with. But I know as a creator, there is an audience on TikTok that's not necessarily on YouTube, that's not necessarily on Instagram. So I think it really comes down to the type of content you're making, where you feel like there's a gap. People talk about Facebook being really big. I know I don't have the energy, and then it's not on Facebook. I can't do Facebook. I don't really care for the audience on Facebook. I know there's a lot of money, monetization, but I just being real, Facebook is just not something I would be able to sit there and really try and build a platform on. It's just not realistic. So it's just about YouTube to me still has its place. I sent in this article that YouTube is like the most
Mhm.
watched app now, couple and like it's beating like it fell off a little bit, it's coming back. And there's a study how more people are watching on their TVs now than their phones. And I didn't know that was a big deal because I barely watch YouTube on my phone. Like I always watch YouTube on my TV,
Every
but
day it was only on your phone. I will be at work watching Janie Jenkins. I'll be watching Peak Mill. Like I don't like when I first started watching YouTube, it was never on the TV. We always watch
I
YouTube
do
on
it
our
kind
phone.
of tablet. I mean, I watch it a lot on my iPad
That's why
too.
comments was you now you see people saying like the video. It was now it's harder to get that engagement because people are watching it
On the
on their
TV,
TV.
yeah,
So harder
put
to
comments
write
in the
comments when they're watching it
Mhm.
on their TV. But before everyone's on their phones, you'd be in the comments like, "Yeah, girl, I love the makeup look. Oh, that was a cut crease."
Mhm.
Like it was the engagement. I could almost guarantee the engagement was better. But now that we're all watching it on our and also you're noticing a lot of podcasts are becoming on YouTube.
Mhm.
So they're on podcasts, do the video podcast, which I still prefer, and then they'll take that same podcast and put it on Spotify, put it on Apple, right? It's the same thing, but the video of version of it is on YouTube. And I think anyone naturally is going to prefer to see the video because it's just a better interaction watching the
Really?
yes. Yeah,
Mm,
I just really
I think
can't. I prefer
yeah, I think so,
really like
yeah.
podcasts just listening to it. I mean, I could do it here and there, but I would definitely prefer to watch a
I think
video.
it depends on the length. I think if it's long, I would prefer to watch it versus if it's shorter. Like I don't care to watch a podcast that's 20, 30 minutes. But
Mm,
I think when it's longer, I feel like that's when I can kind of see like just sitting there and listening to a 3 hour podcast, 2 hour podcast, even an hour podcast, it's like it gets boring.
mm. I would think it's the opposite. That's interesting. Very interesting.
Mhm.
All right,
All
guys.
right.
So,
Okay, so I
does it
talked
what?
about putting celebrating our birthday, and then I mentioned our third birthday apart. It's one of her reasons, quote unquote, she's considering moving. But I don't take her seriously. I told her I don't take her seriously until I see like because I know who I'm dealing with. I don't. It's to me is this. I don't take it serious until I see some serious. I don't think until she even gets into another city, I don't take it seriously. So I just be like, okay, whatever. Okay, I'm proud of you. Let me know how I can support you. That's always my comment, my response. Let me know how can support you, because this one. But I could say going on 4 years now in Houston, Houston has changed so much. It's crazy. So when people talk about the Houston like 2015, I bumped into an old schoolmate a couple months ago talking about how Houston's so different and when he first moved here in 2015. I'm like, I can imagine because I've been here 3 plus years and I've seen the changes. I've seen how much things have changed. So the people who have really been here, like they're just like it's like night and day. I think people are still moving here for the most part. I just hope they're moving here for the right reasons. But I don't know. I think there's a lot of
What's the wrong reason to move to Houston?
like turnout. Like the girl, I watched her video, like the trucker said, like turn up, all that stuff. Cause it's here, but I just feel like unless you're really outside like that, everything gets old, right? So what I can say, and as I said, I don't know if it's a factor of me just getting older or just being in Houston, like socially, I could say like I don't have like that eagerness that I feel like I had earlier on, like to try new places, go to new places. Oh, Evie, I went to a new spot on Saturday briefly, like for 10 minutes. The Fortune, the Fort, like a cocktail bar. Houston is always opening up a new cute cocktail bar. It's really cute in there. Then I sent you the Instagrams about National Espresso Day on November 30th. I mean, November 23rd. But to me, I feel like low key, that's kind of more of my vibe. Like, I don't know how to say this. I don't want to sound a certain type of way, but I feel like going out in Houston can be a little underwhelming. I don't know, Mia, what your experience was because this is your first time. So you talk about the bars. If you list the names of the bars, but I speak to particularly like our type of establishments. I don't know. I just feel like I'm really struggling to find the the professional scene in Houston. Like I've been struggling with that for the last few years, and I don't know where they exist. I put it on. I asked someone that's been living here for a while. They said it doesn't exist. But where I'm in my life, like I can't do the ratchet. I can't do it. And I feel like a lot of the popular places. Okay, Mia, you name Joey Five Central. Okay, I went to Five Central years ago. I haven't been there since 2022. Scott Gurner's Rhythm Room. I've never heard of that. But Joey, that's one of my faves. That's Joey's Five Central. Okay, Scott Gurner's Rhythm Room. I've never heard of that. All right, cool, cool, cool. So Houston has so many spots. It has so many places, so much to do. I think it's overwhelming. Evie said, very underwhelming of you enjoying violence with Kuth. And yes, that's really it. And I just feel like I
Oh,
don't
I'm screaming.
I don't know how to say it without sounding some type of way because I feel like sometimes like people we get very offended, but it's like the truth is the truth. Like I said, I don't know whether it's a cultural thing or just getting older, but like I don't like me and my friend went out was past weekend, went to this new spot, Sneaks, in Midtown. We literally walked in there. We're there for like 1 minute, walked out. Then went next door to Privilege. It's like those are not my Privilege former PDA. It used to be PDA. I personally even prefer PDA. It was a different crowd, but I it's just not my vibe. Like it's just not where I would say like I want to. Like I'm
Wow,
excited to
what is not making it your vibe? You're being
go
vague.
hookah everywhere. It sometimes have a youngish crowd. Sometimes even has an older crowd. It's just very the way people are dressed, behaved. It's like it's not somewhere like I'm excited to dress up and go to. Like it's just very like that.
Yeah, I felt like that on when I went out in Charlotte on Friday, and I realized that's part of why I don't really like the club thing in general. Like people were in there smoking like regular cigarettes.
Yes, the ladies were smoking. See, they were smoking weed. Yes, and I'm like, I'm not coming. I'm sorry.
I was in there like going. I felt like claustrophobic in there. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. Like, why am I somewhere that people are smoking weed indoors? That's crazy. That's crazy.
What's the hold up of moving to Houston? That's Nana. Ask her. Ask her.
The holdup is like Ngozi said, like I want to make sure that I'm doing like because the way I look at it is okay, Ngozi's there, that's fine, that's a great incentive. But who know Ngozi can get up and say I'm moving to Dallas. I got a job there. She can get up and say I'm moving back to Jersey. So I don't if I move there so I just feel like I can't move there solely because of Ngozi. I need other motivating factors. Because Ngozi, who knows? Who knows what she'll get up and say.
Weather, cost of living. You still have extended family here. You still have a few friends here. Yeah,
That's really been it. And just yeah, I thought
it
like
is comfortable. Where you are, you're comfortable, is what you know, right? So even if it's not like you hate it, you may not love it. But you don't hate it. So if you don't dislike, there's people that they don't need to know. They're counting down. They want to leave. Like they don't like where they are. But I don't believe that's your predicament. Rice Village. Actually, funny you mentioned it because I don't really go out in Rice Village. I like Black Walnut Cafe, and that's why I be getting those croissants I be sending out pictures of with the pancakes. Their food is really good. I know Friends is there. I haven't been there yet. And I've toured a few apartments there. I've been to. There's something else that's in Rice Village, but it's a cute little area. But what are spots there? Like I said, I know of Friends that opened, I believe, last year, or the year before. But like, where in Rice Village would I be going to? I'll be honest. I don't really go out. I don't even think Rice Village in terms of going out. I saw Carrie Hilson was at PDA singing. I was so disappointed. Really? When? When? Wow. Why would y'all be open to moving to a new city together? Not Houston or Charlotte. What city would y'all consider?
ask her, I would say Dallas, but asking Guzzy, the one
My
that's
thing about moving,
Houston
my
forever,
thing
even though
about,
she's remote.
I'm not anywhere forever. I'm remote. I don't. My mother and father and I, Houston. I can move. I just need a reason. My thing about starting all over, I'll admit, is that I'm not interested in learning another city. I'm not. I'm not interested. I know how many nail salons I've been to in Houston. I know how many hair salons I've been to. I know where the food I want to go to buy is from. I know how to navigate. I know what back roads to take. I know, I like to just start going. Like Dallas wouldn't be too bad because it's still in Texas. It's still HEB. It's still a lot of things would be similar. But it's like you still have to meet people. Still have to start all over again. Like I'll be honest, I'm not really pressed for that. Like like it's not at my point where I am in my life now. Like I wouldn't just up and just move somewhere just to move. Like I would need a real reason. Like you said, like a crazy job, crazy, opportunity. They say for men, even though I'd be fighting saying I don't want to, but like for something really, really like, okay. But just to say, oh, I want to try a new city, let me just move. I'm not pressed, to be honest. I'm not. And it could be closed minded, but at where I am, I've done it. And that's why I always advise people when relocating or moving, don't try and be cute and go somewhere you know people, at least one or two people. If you're going to go somewhere you don't know anybody, make sure you're going for school or you're going for an in-person job because unless you really have that social personality or you're younger, you're like in your 20s, I think age does matter too. I feel like when you're younger, you're usually more explorative, you're more open. Excuse me, it's easier to meet people, easier to make friends, you're more trusting, you're not as jaded. But at a certain age, just to up and move and say you got to be careful because it's not that easy. It takes time. Remember, when you go somewhere, you have to give yourself time, like 3 to 5 years, to really like build like a decent, solid, group of meet people, to have a decent footing, to not feel like a new person as much, to learn your environment. It's just not a year. It's not enough time. So those would be my tips. It's a hidden gem. Try the Rice Village as an area. You're saying it's a hidden gem? Really? Give me some spots, please. I was disappointed because I viewed her as classy in that place, in my opinion. If it was PDA before it was rebranded, it's fine. But if it's now under what it is now, I mean, I believe it's the same owners based on the crowd. I mean, but where would you want her to perform? Because she's a black performer, right? So like her crowd, people that are going to be coming to her event are going to be mostly black people, right? But I get what you're trying to. The spot is nice. Like the spot is not. They added like a little like deck upstairs. It's cute. It's really cute. It's just the crowd that I'm just like, oh, that's not my vibe. Houston is good if you already have friends here. Yeah, but don't you think that's anywhere? Hey, are you in North Carolina or are you in Texas? Like automatic Uzoy. Don't you think that's everywhere though for the most part? If you already have friends there, but I could see Houston because it's such a big city, and I feel like if you're not like properly like networked and you don't really know people, you don't really know what's going on. It's like you'll just be going out and like going to like random stuff. Like there's a lot of intimate, there's a lot of weddings, a lot of parties, a lot of things that happen, right? But you got to know people to be invited. So
I
I
think
kind of get.
if I because remember we was talking about that like on the phone the weekend about having community and like how people, like single people. For some reason I feel like if I went to Houston, I would help your social life be better. I feel like
Mm.
I would help your social life because I feel like you go out, but I feel like you're kind of missing like core community, like more of a tight knit community. And I feel like if I was there, we would have that.
It's not that I don't have core, like I said, the fact that I don't have a group. That's the thing. I have like, and it's by choice, right? Like I have individual people from different places. I don't have like this group of friends I'm out with every weekend, or this group of people that I'm hanging out all the time with. It's like
Yeah,
this
we
person,
would have
this
that.
one,
We would
huh?
have that. We would have that.
But how would that change? I don't know how would we now have that. I'm confused.
I would need that. Like I'm not going to like for me because I feel like that's what I had in Charlotte before everyone started moving away, right? And I feel like that's what really helped my social life in 2022 when I was here talking about I'm going to Dallas, I hate Charlotte, blah blah blah
So I'm
blah.
saying, where would you get that from? Now, that's my question. Where I'm curious, where would you get
A
them?
different church than you go to, so maybe like from church, maybe from working in person. Most likely, I'll be working in person. Maybe meeting people at work. Maybe I don't know. Maybe a book club. I'll join another book club. I don't know where I'd meet them, but I feel like I would help you get that if I moved to Houston. Like we would actually get more because I'm a little bit. I feel like I'm more like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I think
But
you know
I'm
what.
saying, I'm saying, I'm intentionally, I don't want that. That's what I'm telling you. I don't want
Yeah,
it.
but I would have it, so you'd be coming to stuff with me.
I don't want
You
it.
would come to the weddings with me. You would come to the stuff with me because I would have it.
Okay, question: do y'all miss living close to each other, or are you used to living far apart? And what are the pros and cons? That's a good question. Honestly, I feel like I don't even really know what it means anymore, if that makes sense, because it's been so long. It's literally been like 5 years. So I feel like even when Nana moved, I was still in school. Like I didn't like. It's not to say I was grown. I wasn't a child, but it's like I wasn't like in my like real adulthood, like really moving around, right? So I feel like it would be a very different experience now, us living together. I mean, even living in the same place, not even necessarily together, because we're now adults, we're in our careers, now we have this business, we have YouTube together. Like it would definitely be very different. It would be very different. I'm not gonna lie. I think it would be fun as we're older now. I think it would be fun. I feel like when we're younger, still like we're living together. Remember, we're living in our mom's house. It's a different dynamic too, right? So you don't really have the same like control, and like we're still living under someone else, if that makes sense. Like we still can't move, like we can't just go somewhere and just come back. Like we have to respect the authority. Like we're still Nigerian children. We still couldn't, not to say we'll be here doing anything crazy, because I'm living by myself, I'm not doing anything crazy, trust me. But
Sure.
I'm just saying, like, it'll be fun because like we have like that freedom now, and like we're older, and I feel like it'll be fun because I know Houston, right? So it'll be like now, like it will kind of. I don't know if she's talking about her community where she's getting this interesting community from group, but I think it will be fun in the sense that like I now will push me to do more things because you never been here. Let's like it will be like now like I'm showing somebody. You know, like how when you're hosting, I've been told I'm a good host by several people, men and women. So like you feel it's like fun now. Like, oh, you haven't been to Post Oak Hotel. I don't care for going there. I don't want to go and pay $18 parking and do all this stuff. But yeah, let's go here. Oh, you didn't haven't been to Mastro's? Do you have Mastro's in Charlotte?
Mm-mm.
Or only State 48. Yeah, so you never been to that. Mastro's is all in that area. Eddie V's, Blooming Bees. Oh, you haven't been here? Oh, let's go. But like by myself, it's like I can go there, go to H bar, do that stuff, but I'm not that pressed because I've done it so many times. But if you want to go post a hotel, you see the Bentleys parked outside, you see the G Wagons, she's not used to seeing G Wagons in Charlotte, right? So I can bring her to the places where I can bring her to the places where like, oh, this is fun. Like, oh, let's dress up. I love the Post Oak Hotel. Their bathroom, like the mirror is so cute and big. So like, I do think sometimes I could say, especially living in somewhere like Houston, it's very easy to take it for granted when you get used to it because Houston is so big and there's so much to offer, even food wise. Like when you go to certain places, you realize like they don't have these restaurants popping up all the time. They don't have these food spots. They don't have even the BYOBs I keep complaining about. Like they still can be lit if you with the right people. It's fun. Like going out here and I feel like this past weekend, my birthday weekend, I was trying to go out, but I didn't have anyone like going out, so I didn't have like any connect. But it's like I'm annoyed, like, oh, I don't want to go here, all these uncles, but like it's still fun. Like, who cares about the uncles? Like, I can't be like, let me not go out because the uncles gonna look like let the uncles look. I just have to ignore them. But like it's so many BYOB spots, so many Nigerian spots. I won't even lie. I be being fake bougie trying to like avoid Nigerian spots, and I also think that affects my social life as well because it's like I'm not really getting what I want. You know what I mean? So it's like there's so much. Houston has so much to offer, like so much, so many things, events. Things are always happening here, so I do think it's very easy to take it for granted because I'm like, oh, I'll catch the next one. Next weekend, if something else will be happening, like there's always something. Oh yeah, Afrotech was last week of October. I was supposed to make a live first week of November. Too much happened, but yeah, I feel like last year was funner, and I don't know whether it's because it was the first year of me going. It was the first time being in Houston. I feel like it was more like novel. Like people weren't really expecting much, and then like everybody was outside. Plus, tech was doing better last year. I feel like there was more money, more events. I feel like this year a lot of places just used Afrotech's name and had some funny events that weren't really Afrotech, like real Afrotech events. A lot of people are coming now to meet men, to meet women, to do other stuff. You know what I mean? So I feel like last year was more like organic, and then I felt a little sick in between. So we'll see. I'm in Texas. Some places you live, even if you know people, there's nothing to do. That's true. You're right. That's why I want to confirm. Like, yeah, you're right. That's what I'm saying. I can kind of see what you're saying because Houston has a lot going on, but you need to know people, right? To people's house. I remember OTC week. One friend was calling me, the other friend was calling me to just go to the same mansion party. It's like if you don't know people, even though these things are happening, you're not going to just walk up to someone's house to enter their mansion. Like you have to know what's up. So I do. That's why I wanted to confirm, and I agree with you saying that there's so much happening here, but you still have to be connected. That's why I say you have to know people. You have to know the right people, so you don't end up going to like just weird, random stuff every weekend. Because that's kind of where I'm in my life. I could go out and create my fun to an extent, but I want to go to real events. Like I'm not really pressed about just dressing up. Once in a while, you still have to do it. Me and my girl Evie did that in 2023. So much fun. That was I could say like my first real year in Houston because 2022 I was with a narcissist, so I wasn't going out. You know what I mean? And I was going. So I 2022 I was in Houston, but I wasn't really like out. So I feel like 2023 was like my first real year in Houston, and we was out. Like we were outside. It was so much fun. So I feel like like now where I am in my life, and because I've already been here, I wouldn't feel that need to be out like I was in 2023. You know what I mean? Just jumping up and down. Like I'm getting older. Maybe if Nana moved here, we could do a little bit, but it's not gonna be on 23 level. I'll be real. There's certain spots that I'm just not pressed to even take you to. Like we can just go by it for 5 minutes. You can write down that you've been there, but like I wouldn't even dress up to go to them. To be honest,
I feel like you don't go to sporting events. Are y'all? Do you not have a lot
I
of sporting
don't. I don't
events?
follow football. We have sports bars. I just don't. I don't know Sundays, but it's hard for me to get out on Sunday. You
Not
talk about you.
sports bars, sporting events, basketball games,
Oh,
football games,
oh
soccer.
yeah. I want to go to a Rockets game. I haven't been to a Rockets game yet, and I want to go to a Texans game. I didn't make it. I've been to an Astros game once, 2022. You know, I've been to Houston men's games. Um, yeah, I could do better. I won't lie. I really want to go to Rockets. Now Rockets are they're getting good, so I want to go to one of their games. Okay, have y'all become close to living apart or become more distant? And do y'all think since y'all can be solo hanging out is affected the way y'all making friends now? What you think?
I think we've gotten closer living apart because I think you tend to like, value people more when they're not in your face and you have that space so y'all don't really get in arguments and fight. Because at home, there was a point that we used to fight. And um affect the way y'all making friends. Yeah, I just think getting older, like I'm just really careful with people and very cautious, and I don't want to become cynical. So I try not to overdo it. But definitely as I get older, I just take my time with making friends. But like I'm not in a rush to bring like I've still recently made some mistakes. I would say like maybe even last year, just because you're just trying to give the benefit of the doubt. But I have to remind myself like, no, take your time, take it slow. You
It's
don't
like a
need.
relationship.
Mhm.
It's like a relationship. There's some people you will click kind of quick with. So I feel like sometimes you have to go with like, your intuition. But good things take time, despite what we like to think. I know we want to think we'll meet a guy and we'll get married and how no. Good things take time. You got to get to know people. You got to give people time to really show their full, character. All right. Evie says, same 2022. I was with a narcissist. I was in the house with a chuckle. With the chuckle was true healing. Congrats, sister. Thank you. It's only through God. I know this is an altar call, maybe for those who are questioning, those who are non-believers. God can do anything. I'm telling you, He heals the brokenhearted. Just put your trust in Him and trust yourself, and don't ever second guess yourself. That's what I tell women because these narcissists, gaslighters, they will make you be thinking you're crazy. And we're
Maybe
nine
he said,
times out of
you taught me that word gaslighting.
9 times out of 10, we're right. Let's be real. 9 times out of 10, you know your body. You know when something is off. You may not be able to pinpoint what exactly it is, but you know when someone is what they're telling you is not making sense. Don't let anybody play in your face like that. Been there, done that. No, 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 no. We're not doing that. I feel like sporting events are more fun when going with friends or a significant other. Yeah, yeah, I can see that like with a group. Yeah,
I love sporting events. I'm still trying to make it to a Panthers game. Y'all don't judge me. I've been here 5+ years, never been to a football game, but
yeah. I'm just not into football. Period.
I've been to soccer. Soccer was fun. It's kind of slow, but the game I went to was fun. I'm about to look up the schedule when we get off the live of South Carolina women's game in Columbia because I was even thinking about getting like a pass so that way I can just go when I feel like it and not have to like buy
Go
specific
for it.
things because I want to go there more. But to be fair, NBA game I just went to one a few weeks ago. So I'd be trying, but none of our teams are like great. Like I
Mm.
feel like the best team we have close to this area is the women's South Carolina team. And that's still like an hour and 20 minutes away. It's not local. So like all the close teams, they're not really, they're not that good. I think soccer might be the best team we have right now. I've never been to a baseball game, so I still need to do that. So I personally, this Thursday, I might do this tennis tournament they have in Uptown. So I missed the women's allied tournament this year because I was busy with something. I went to the last two. So I really do prefer, like, of all events, to be honest, I like sporting events just because I feel like it's more chill. You don't have to do too much. It's during the day. You can see people's faces. A lot of men come out. Yeah, I like sporting events.
I find you mentioned sporting events because FIFA World Cup is coming to Houston, and I bought my ticket. And don't ask me how much I bought it for because I was shook. I didn't realize you had to buy a right to buy, and then you also still have to buy the ticket. I had to buy that last night. So, it's I believe July, June, July. It's next summer. June. Yes. And I spent a pretty penny on that. So I will be
Don't
at
worry,
that
I'm
world.
gonna be there.
Huh?
You didn't buy mine. I'm gonna be there by then.
World. So that's coming to Houston. It's like I said, Houston, things are always coming here. Like it's going to be crazy. Like the world, people are going to be coming here from all over the world. So I feel like Houston's a great city. It's not perfect. There's a lot of things I need to work on, but it has a lot to offer. And I definitely feel like I take it for granted. And I'm trying to, explore more. Just Texas in general. Haven't made it to Austin yet. I think I really been. I
Do
really.
y'all
I,
think y'all are making the most out of? Because I'm not listening to you, Ngazi. Do y'all think y'all are making the most out of living in y'all cities? And what do you think y'all both struggle with or can improve when making new friends in y'all cities? We kind of touched on this. I think because we just been in our respective cities for a while, you kind of just get used to things. You don't really have that eagerness to explore and jump up and down. And then Guzzy's saying that, and she's in Houston, which is like allegedly a very robust city, right? So it shows that I'm not alone. I can relate, but I have my ins and outs. There's moments I'm like, oh, let me get out there, let me do this. This is coming around. Oh, let me try this. And when it's cold, I hibernate because I don't like the cold. You're not going to catch me jumping up and down, except for holiday season. I do notice like in December, I tend to turn up more just because like I feel like work is slower, people are out more. Like I just feel like it's like just that festive vibe. It's not only in Africa. Like I feel like it's everywhere that during the holidays people go out more. There's holiday parties. There's just so much going on. But after maybe December, from January and February up until maybe it gets warm again in March, I don't really do much because it's just too cold, and I really, really don't like the cold. So I definitely can do more. Like I still mentioned, I still haven't been to a Panthers game. I've been wanting to go to like baseball game, just certain other things I've wanted to go to this year. I want to try. Um, it is cold, but sometimes it's warmer. So I do want to make it to another winery. I haven't only went to one once, the Ralph Dini, the popular one in 2023 with my friend, and it was so fun. Sorry, it was last minute, but it was so fun. So I'm gonna try and go to a winery again this month before it starts getting too cold. So there's just so much to do. It's just I've said this before. I'm not really a planner, so that's why a lot of things don't get done. I did make it to Charleston over the summer for the first time. I went to a beach in the Carolinas after living here for 5 years. I went to Folly Beach. I did a day trip. I went to the museum. It was a blast. So I'm trying. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying. It's just that I'm not really a planner, so I go as the spirit leads me. So it's really based on my mood and how I feel. And, sometimes the mood ain't there. Some, a lot of times I'm tired, but I've been feeling better. We praise God. So I just, get up and go today. Not much to do. Okay. Let me go to a winery. Let me do this. Like, I don't mind doing things by myself. So that's not really the problem. It's more of just um, kind of pushing myself and planning a little better. So that's what I can say.
yeah, I think for me, like I said, I just feel like we have so much on my plate, and I just feel like I don't want to force things, and I feel like you kind of have this idea mindset like I can always do it, which is not always good to have because that's when you end up not doing anything, right? You keep pushing it off. I don't think I necessarily struggle with making new friends. I think I may even struggle more so just maintaining them because my thing is about like making these friends is one step. I'm a friendly person. Like I go to an apartment event last year, met a girl, got her number, but was like, have I texted her yet? And she's like, it's like meeting these people. Like friendship is work. Like I'm struggling to even keep up with the people that I have now to respond in a timely fashion. People like Nana get offended if you don't respond to them in a certain number of hours. So like I'm like it's like you meet all these people. It's time. Like having friends, you need time. You need time to maintain those friendships. So where I'm at my life, like I have enough friends. I have enough close friends. So unless we're just trying to be friends, just to be like casual, like to go out with, like I wouldn't say I'm necessarily even really looking for friends. To be honest, I'm not. Like it's
Mhm.
and not to say I'm closed off to it, but it's like I don't like I really don't have the time. And like I said, it's about being and like that's why I noticed when you go to even when I moved here, a lot of people that are making friends initially, they also just moved here, right? Because people are more open because they need friends. Versus if you move to a city and you're meeting the natives, you notice they're not as pressed for friends, right? They've been
Yep.
there their whole life. Their cousins are there, their friends are there, their man is there, like they know everyone. Versus when you move somewhere, friends are going to be more important because you don't have your community there. I don't have my sister, I don't have my cousins here, I don't have my mom here. You know what I mean? So your friends are more going to be more important because that's who you can women, that's who you're going to be seeing more. I see my friends more than I see my sister. I see my friends more than I see my cousins, right? It doesn't mean that we're closer, but I see them more. Like they're doing more for me, like in the physical sense than they are, than my family is. So, that's also something to keep in mind. So I said, now that I've been here for a little bit of while, I have more of my footing. I'm not like the way I was when I first moved, trying to meet people on that same tip, which makes sense, right? Because I built my community for the most part, right? It doesn't mean that I can't meet people. I'm not open to it, but it's I'm not into just collecting things. I'm about intentionality. If I'm going to
Yeah.
make these friends, I need to be able to maintain them and be a good friend to them, and if I can't do that, it doesn't really make sense for me to just be meeting a bunch of people. That's not going to go anywhere. Same thing with kind of like dating. That's why I just
Mhm.
like, even that's why I've never really been a big fan of like online dating, because I feel like for the most part, the mentality behind it is like collecting, meeting. I feel like people are not really intentional, because they could feel like they could just meet someone, then swipe to the next person, swipe to the next person. I don't date like that. Like, I'm not saying it has to be so serious, but like if I'm talking to you, I need to vet you and feel as if I see you in my future. Like,
Hmm.
I'm not casually dating. I never really was, especially not at 30 plus. I'm not just dating to go out and shoot the breeze and just no. It's a waste of my time. I have
She's
100 plus
super
videos on my YouTube live. My girl Sophie, I just dropped an hour 49-minute vlog. Okay, I have things I could be doing, plus personal life, plus other stuff, plus reading, like we mentioned. So like, no shade to the people who are in that era, but I'm really big on just intentionality. Period. Overall, in all of my relationships. But meeting people, the Bible says those who want friends have to be friendly, right? So I think the biggest thing is not just putting yourself out there, and I commend people who do it. I was in Facebook groups. Some of my really close friends are for people I met on Facebook. Like, people use Bumble friends. Sometimes in life, can't be embarrassed when you're looking for something. Don't look at it like you're being a stalker, being weird. People have DM'd me. We're very close now. I've DM'd people.
I'm gonna start DMing people.
I've met people out, you know what I mean? So like, don't, that's how I say all the time. I know as women, I talked about one of the podcasts I listened to. They're Nigerian. What's their name is not coming. The name is not coming.
Is that
FK
what
in
I said?
July. And they talked about the pressure that a lot of women feel, like, going out and not being approached, because she went to some place, I think it was July, and there was like so many men. And she was like, she's just not used to going out and just seeing so many men compared to women. And like, women don't lie and act like you don't go out. And like, in your mind is not you're not thinking, okay, I hope I see someone I like. It's a natural thing as a single person, right? And I say that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I also say, added to, I hope I meet someone I can connect with. I hope I meet someone, that can help. You know what I mean? Like, it's not everything is not just man. It could be also, you're not married. You should be thinking about that. If you weren't, that would be a bit abnormal. But you could also go out and meet your next business partner. You can meet someone that could put you on.
Hmm.
You can meet someone that you're going to network with. You can meet your next very close friend. So you can't really, especially as women, I know we're very men sometimes, but I say, just also look at the other things. Like, you don't know going out who you can run into, who can help you, who can, just be open minded.
Okay, I think that's a good way to end. I think that's a good way to end this live. I'm happy we got it done. I was just optimizing while you were talking, put monetization on, it wasn't on, but
Gina, where you at? Gina, you've been quiet.
his girlfriend probably over. He multitasking.
Yeah, I remember, Gina. You say you're not a Christian. Yeah, you said that. Um, yeah. But thank you all so much for joining. Let us know in the comment section below what you want us to talk about next. Y'all see Portia, we covered her last year. You see Portia now was another situation, God, I still love her though, only God can judge. But let us know what you want to talk about, things that are trending, certain topics, towards the end of the year, we usually go into, more of the real estate, the apartments, talking about experience living in our cities, whether you should move here or not. Keep an open mind, but make sure you're subscribed to our channel, turn on notification bells. We usually go live on Tuesdays. We haven't gone in a couple of months, but we're trying to keep this up, keep the momentum up. So have a notification bell on, and we'll see you in our next video.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Follow me on Instagram.
Me too.